Hello, it's Rita here from First Position Performance Development with a quick run through the Prime Directives of the unconscious mind. First and foremost, our unconscious mind looks after our body. All those automatic processes that are going on in this wonderful complex system we have, our breathing, our circulation, all our organs, everything, our immune system, many things that we're seldom conscious of and are just going on in the background. It also preserves our body and has a driver to keep us safe and preserve our well-being. It has a blueprint for how our body is at its best. It generates, stores, distributes and transmits energy. It's also we're in charge of the perceptions and our emotions. We take in information from the external world through our senses. But it's our unconscious mind that sorts and filters this information to create the perceptions that is actually our personal reality. This is what the unconscious mind does, the filtering of information and the creation of perceptions. It's also the domain of our emotions. Although we can feel our emotions at a conscious level often, they reside and are driven and are the responsibility of our unconscious mind. Our unconscious is where we store and organise all our memories. It organises them in many different ways. It can be chronologically, it can tag things together and file things that have similar amounts or depth of emotion. It could just be related to the context. So there's many different filing systems, and we can utilize these to be more efficient in our lives. It also chooses to repress some memories. If a memory is not going to serve us well and perhaps has negative emotions attached to it, the unconscious mind will sometimes suppress these and only represent them when it thinks we're ready for them. An example would be of someone who's experienced a trauma. Immediately after the event, they often have little recall of what actually happened. It's only sometime later, when they start to heal and repair and recover, that they get flashbacks. Perhaps the unconscious mind has deemed them to be in the right place to now deal with the emotions attached with that trauma. There are many drivers of the unconscious mind. One of them is that it's continually seeking more. It's got this drive to learn new things, to move forward, to seek more. It's also a highly moral being. It's learnt what it believes to be right for you as a person and for who you are. It's learnt to have moral judgment. And what it does is everything it does has this positive intention. Everything it does with a purpose driven by a positive intention. Sometimes these seem a little out of kilter, but at some level, your unconscious mind is operating with positive intention. In terms of how the unconscious mind processes information, it's much more efficient using symbols and metaphors. And so this is why we'll sometimes work with metaphors to get in rapport and create better communications with the unconscious mind. It also takes everything personally. Now, I know there's someone listening to me now who's going to take away a real gem of wisdom from this session. And they're going to be able to apply that new knowledge in a way that's really going to help them. And you know who you are. Now, as I said that, at least in the first instance, every one of you tried on that statement to see if it was you. The unconscious mind takes everything personally. What it doesn't do is process negatives. If I ask you not to think of a pink elephant wearing a tutu skirt, oh, too late. You will have thought of it, however fleetingly. The unconscious mind to think about something that isn't there. It has to first have a concept of the item and then do a clever trick of thinking of something else instead. So this is why when we create our goals, it's useful to create them in terms of what we do want rather than what we don't want. The unconscious mind loves things to be easy and efficient. It works on the principle of least effort. It responds with instinct and habits. It builds patterns and habits. If something works once, it will use it again and again and again until it learns something better. So sometimes it needs a lot of repetition to build new habits because it might want to hold on to the old habits that it's learnt to apply so easily in the past. Basically, it works in the best and most efficiently when it's streamlined. We say it functions best with minimum of parts, where everything's aligned and working together as a whole. A wonderful piece of news for all of us in understanding the unconscious mind is how it's responsive. It will take direction and follow orders. If it believes that it's for your best purpose, it will take direction and follow orders. When we're in rapport with the unconscious mind, it will help us achieve everything that's right for us and achieve it swiftly and easily. So the question is, how can you ensure you are in rapport with your unconscious mind?